Good evening. Welcome to Ciela Spa. How can I help you today? Okay, an appointment. Give me just a moment. Okay. Do you mind giving me your name, please? Okay, and last name. Would you mind spelling that for me? Okay. Yes, I would have butchered that quite dreadfully. Okay. And what was the phone number that you booked with? Is that the area code? Okay. Alright, wonderful. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to grab just a couple more bits of information and then we can begin. Can I please get your date of birth? Okay, and your current living or mailing address, please. Okay, and the postal code? Great. And an email address, please? This is just so we can send you different sales we have going on, different specialties, coupons, things of the like. Okay. Alright. Great. So that covers it for our little intake process. I'm going to be your therapist today for your facial. It looks like you booked with a coupon code, so there is no payment due. It's all taken care of. My name is Calliope, so I'm going to be situating you a little bit, and then we can begin on doing a bit of a skin history and go from there, okay? Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, are you all situated? Wonderful. So, just a couple of comfort questions. How is the temperature in the room for you? A little too warm, a little too cool? Just fine? Great. Okay. And did you need anything to drink at all? Okay. I do have water right here. I can get that for you. Wait just a moment. We have some chilled water, and this is actually infused with a little bit of juice from a New Zealand lemonade tree, part of the citrus family. But we grow that on the property. Of course, we bring them in for the winter. It's a little too chilly for citrus. So I'm going to set this down, and you can grab that whenever you'd like, okay? Okay, just set it right over here for you. There we go. Okay, so before we get too much further, before I forget, I'm going to sanitize my hands real quick. This is a eucalyptus and spearmint sanitizer. So that's going to smell quite delicious to you as well as to me. while also keeping a sanitary environment. We all know that's very, very important when working with other people. Wouldn't be very good manners if I gave you some kind of communicable disease. Not very professional. Okay. And lastly, I want to ask about your scent preferences. We have a few different scents that we can use, or no scent at all if you'd like. So what I have here, for our first scent, we have a box of hand-dipped Indian incense. The particular flavor is an opium scent. Opium is a sweet, a very slightly bitter undertone kind of smell. I'll open that up a titch, let you have a sniff. It won't hurt my feelings if you don't like it. To come just close enough. Can you smell that? How do you feel about that scent? Yes, it's a wonderful smell for the fall and winter months. It's quite warm. But I think that I have a couple better options for you. So I'm going to put this down. Our next option is a little more seasonal. This is a purple lilac candle. This has that classic old-fashioned lilac smell. They're just about blooming now here. Come in shades of whites, purples, pinks, even yellows, if you know how to get to them. I want you to give this a smell. Okay. Yes, it's a lot lighter. So that would be an option. And the last choice, this is a little air diffuser, air fragrance. And this just has a little pot here, little glass pot with a wick at the top. Now this is a very tropical, fruity smell, if you want to give that a smell. This is one of my favorites. So, out of those options, which one would you like to go with? Okay, the candle. Wonderful. I'll be just a moment. It's quite breezy out there. Did you get here okay? Just barely. Okay, there we go. I'm going to have this just gently lit in the background. It's not going to be an overpowering scent by any means. I'm going to rearrange my table just a titch, and then we can begin, okay? before we get into the touchy-feely point, I want to just formally ask permission if I can touch you, as we kind of need to do that for a little bit of a facial, but I just want to make sure that you are completely in the right state of mind. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to grab my file real quick on you. We're just going to ask you a few questions in regards to the state of your skin, oily, dry combination. What kind of skin would you say that you have? Okay. And do you have sensitive skin? Gets red in regards to touch or products put on the skin, perfumes, any sort of irritation? Okay, a bit. Alright. Do you have any particular skin conditions? For example, eczema, psoriasis, anything of that sort that I need to be concerned of? Okay. And what kind of concerns would you like to address in this session? For example, if you're feeling your skin is quite dry and tight, we may want to work more on hydration, or if you want to go with clearing up acne, if you want to work on perhaps skin texture, the lumosity. Okay? Alright, we can definitely work on that today. Can you just tell me very briefly what your diet is like? Your diet has a lot to do with how your skin is. For example, it is said that if you tend to eat a lot of dairy, that you may get a lot more acne and inflammation, and very greasy foods, very salty foods can draw out the moisture from your skin, making it very dry or making it very oily, just depending on what your diet's like. Okay. Yeah, semi-healthy. Right. I know it's so expensive sometimes to try to put something quite nice together, but we do our best, don't we? Okay, and what does your water consumption look like? Are you quite hydrated, or maybe not so much? Okay, generally, alright. Do you use any particular medications at all? Okay, any supplements? Okay. Do you happen to use Retin A or any sort of retinol, any generic? Okay. Okay, good. Need to make sure, because that does have some interactions with some products, and I want to make sure that we're not going to create a mess. And last question, do you use sunscreen quite a bit? Are you out in the sun a lot? Okay. I don't know that I have to lecture you on your sunscreen use, but as we all know, UVA and UVB rays from the sun can cause quite a bit of damage, sun damage, age spots, premature aging, wrinkles, that sort of thing. We love the sun, but all things in moderation. Wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to cleanse your skin. We're going to do a little bit of a double cleanse. I've got a brand new package of cotton rounds here. Just little cotton pads. We're going to grab a couple out. Maybe I can get it closed, right? Okay. And these are extremely fluffy, extremely soft little rounds. They almost have 3 layers to them. That'll feel quite wonderful on your skin. So, I'm noticing a bit of dirt and debris on your face. We're going to go in first with a micellar water. And micellar water it works by having these little micelles that attract oil and dirt and dust and debris. So this can work a little bit like our oil-based cleansers. And then we can go in with a water-based cleanser. I'm going to pop that open and spread a little bit on my pads here. Okay. And I'm going to work here at the top first. We're just going to gently work in strips and circles. And just break down any of that dirt or leftover makeup, whatever is going on here. Okay, I'm going to flip those over and use them on your eyes. I want you to close your eyes. Okay, I'm going to swipe over those. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Okay, I want you to open your eyes and look upwards for me. Just going to fold these into halves and swipe under the eyes. Make sure you get any other little bits. Okay. I'm going to just double check that the neck and jawline do not have anything going on here. Okay, great. Great. So, now I'm going to come in with a very gentle water-based cleanser. And I'm going to dunk some new cotton pads into some water. And then I'm going to moisten your face and use the cleanser. Just going to lightly moisten your face and then apply some of the cleanser in circular motions all over your face and neck. Just being very careful to not get any of your hair or onto your clothes at all. When I do the skin analysis, I am going to give you a little hair wrap and a towel. I'm just going to be very gentle here. Okay. I'm just going to wipe that off. If at any point anything feels irritating, in, I'm going to turn out the lights, and we're going to go in with a magnifying glass and a little light, and I'm just going to be looking at some different parts of your skin, noting anything I may find, anything that can be addressed, okay? Alright. I have a couple of things here. I have a little hairband that I'm going to go ahead and tie around your hair, if that's okay. This hasn't been used before on a client, so you don't need to worry that. Okay, I'm just going to tilt that up and pop it over here, and we're going to tie that in the back. Okay, great. Alright, move your hair out of the way. And then I have this very fluffy, very soft towel we can use to just drape over you. I'm going to put this to the side. I will let you cover as you see fit, just to protect any of your clothes. I have a very soft cloth here that I'm just going to dab at your skin, make sure that it's dry. Just dab. We're not going to rub it all, we're just going to pat the skin dry here. I'll just be a moment. I'm going to turn off all the lights, and then we're going to go in and do a skin analysis, okay? Okay. There we are, there's my light. So, I have this magnifying glass here. Nothing special, just a little tool that I'll use to get up a little closer to your skin. Maybe even closer still. And I have a pen light that I can use to shine on different parts of your face and examine it a little more thoroughly if need be. So I'm going to be looking for patches of dryness, oiliness, any sort of inconsistencies, hyperpigmentation, anything that I can note. Okay, so I'm just going to go and start in at the chin, and we're just going to look very closely at the skin. Texture does seem to be just a bit on the dry side. Luckily, we are getting out of winter, so that should be a little better as we get into the next season, which is humidity and construction. Okay, I am noticing that your skin could use just a little bit of exfoliation here, and that'll help bring up any dry, or rather new, healthy skin up under the dry and dead skin. Dead skin is very beneficial to a point, protects our new skin and forms a barrier, but too much of it can make us look very dull I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights back on, and then we can have just a little bit of a discussion. I'm just going to take a couple of notes here. So you do have classic combination skin. And I was noticing just a little bit of flaking on your chin area, which is completely normal, especially if you're getting out of winter, but we're going to want to do a little bit more hydration. Pigmentation wasn't really a problem. Texture, we could do a little better on. Do you mind if I just feel your skin a little bit? I want to check the firmness and elasticity. Which I can't do that with a pen light and a magnifying glass in my hands. Okay. So the elasticity feels pretty good. I would hope so, as your skin is not that old. Okay. And your pore size isn't something to be concerned of either. I'd say that's pretty normal. Okay. Now, what we're going to move on to is, I did notice that your skin is quite dull in appearance. Could use a good exfoliation. Now, if you had extremely congested skin, I would go in with some steam and maybe do some extractions. However, you did say your skin is quite sensitive, and I am noticing just a little bit of redness. I don't want to make that worse. And to be honest, I don't really think you need it. So we're going to go ahead and skip that part, if that's okay with you. Okay, great. So I'm going to get a couple of moist cotton pads. We're going to re-moisten your skin, and then I'm going to use a exfoliating gel, and we're going to use a little scrub pad with that to get in just a little bit of extra gentle exfoliation. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to come in with these wet cotton pads and just moisten the skin here. We don't need it to be sopping wet, but we do need just a little bit of moisture here. Okay, wonderful. And the neck here. Can't ever forget that. Okay. So what I have here is just a gentle scrub. This does not have any plastic micro beads. It has little charcoal beads in it. Plastic micro beads were banned from being used in pretty much everything in the US in 2017. Not good for the environment whatsoever. So I'm going to just pop a little bit of this onto my scrubby. I'll lather that up a little bit. I'm going to use both hands to apply our scrub. It is very gentle. I use it at home, and I have somewhat sensitive skin. It's never irritated it, so I'll just be careful not to scrub too hard or for too long. So we still have a mask for you as well. So we're just gonna go in here with my scrubby little scrublet and rub that in to the skin very gently. Make sure to get the neck here as well. Come in with some more damp cotton pads and take that exfoliate off. I'm going to be very thorough on this. It's not very professional for me to leave little bits of grainy exfoliant on your skin. Not very nice. I'm just going to double check with my fingers that I've removed all traces of the exfoliator. Okay, great. I'm not feeling any grit or grain. Okay, be just a second. Now I am going to be going through with you a different assortment of masks, however. And I have quite a few. I have some clay masks and I have some gel masks. All of them are a little different. I'll go through with you what they are and what they do, and then we can choose one that would be best for your skin, okay? I already have an idea of what would be best, but I want to just run with you all the options, okay? Okay, I'll be just a moment while I gather those. We have 7 masks here. I'm going to start with our clay masks, and then we can go into our gel masks. So the first one, I'll first let you know that we use Freeman brand masks here. It's an extremely affordable and effective line, and we like for our clients to be able to go home and purchase the same masks and not have to worry about shelling out a good amount of money, but still getting a very good result. So the first one is an avocado and oatmeal clay mask. This is going to be a normal to combination skin mask, which you have, my dear. This is going to be a deep cleaning and purifying mask with just a little bit of moisturization from our avocado and oatmeal. And these masks that I'm using are primarily kaolin clay, whereas We do have a couple that are calcium bentonite, but we're not going to be using those today. It's a little harsh on your skin, anyway. Be leaving you quite red. The second mask is a Dead Sea Minerals anti-stress mask. This is a very nutrient-rich mask, and it helps to even out texture and hydrate as well. This is gentle enough for all skin types, and if my skin is feeling particularly sensitive, this is the one that I use. I love this one in particular because the mask itself is a bright blue color and it smells like blueberries. Our next is a cleansing apple cider vinegar clay mask. This is a very good exfoliant mask and a scrub. This is also for all skin types, but this one is particularly good for oily skin in that it helps mattifies the skin. So this one contains calcium bentonite and kaolin clay. So this might be just a touch harsh. Our last clay mask is a sweet tea and lemon clearing gel mask. This is a setting clay gel mask. This is a nutrient-rich mask as well as a detoxifier. And this could be a good option for you as well. This is also for normal to combination skin. I find that this one is a little more gentler than, say, my avocado and oatmeal or my apple cider vinegar mask. Our last three are going to all be gel masks. The first is a brightening green tea and orange blossom mask. This is good for hyperpigmentation and dark spots. This is wonderful for normal to combination skin and has a little bit of vitamin C in there for a little bit of boost of radiance. We have a cucumber peeling mask that is good for impurities and detoxifying the skin as well. This is a normal to combination skin mask. It does tend to be one of the harsher of the gel masks that I do carry, but it does moisturize quite a bit as well. And the last, I already know we're not going to use. This is a exfoliating mask. It's a scrub. It's a charcoal and black sugar mask. I do love this mask because it smells amazing and your skin feels so soft after it. But you have to be careful that you don't exfoliate twice, because this one is extremely exfoliating, but it feels very warm and tingly on your face. This one's really wonderful for in the shower, but we're not going to go with this one for sure. So, are you having any particular biases or favorites so far? Okay, so in my opinion, we could either go with the brightening mask here, the gel mask, or the anti-stress mask here, the clay one. It's up to you. Particularly, I'd like to go with this one today, but it's really up to you. Okay, wonderful. So, I'm going to be applying this mask with this little brush here. And we're going to let it set for a bit, and then I'm going to do a little massage for you, okay? Alright, there we go. I'm going to apply some to the back of my hand. We're just going to load the brush. And then I'm going to start just right in the middle here. Going to apply that mask in smooth strokes. I know it smells incredible. It's one of my favorite parts about this one. And it's very cleansing without being drying. And I feel like it's going to give your skin texture a little more oomph. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I get the jawline and the neck. There we are. I'm just applying a very thin layer. You really don't need too much for this to be effective. And if I just slather on a lot, it's not going to dry in time. And I'd be wasting product. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to get this spot right here, just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Now, while that mask is setting, I'm going to do a little massage. So I'm going to get some oil real quick, and then we'll begin on that. So this is actually an oil that we're going to be using with your moisturizer today. This is an organic rosehip oil. And rosehip oil is extremely beneficial in hydration and firming up the skin. So I'm going to use a little bit of this and a little bit of lotion, and we're going to create a little massage medium that I'm going to be using on your hands, okay? Okay. Just going to unstopper that. The best thing about this little oil here is that it does not have a smell. I don't like the smell of roses unless it's a fresh hybrid tea rose. But this one does not have any scent whatsoever. I'm going to pop a few drops onto my hands and get some moisturizer, and we will begin on your hand massage, okay? get a bit of lotion here. If you wouldn't mind giving me your right hand here. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to begin with some Everlast strokes here. And this is just going to make sure I have the massage medium all over the working area, and we're not going to be pulling at the skin. Some smooth Everlast. Just some stroking. We're going to go in and I'm just going to rub some circles into the palm while also massaging the bones and tendons of the back of your hand. It tends to be a little neglected. We generally always massage our palms, but not so much the back of the hand. Just doing these palm circles. Open your hand a little wider here. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to smooth that out with my hand. Okay, and we're going to move down to the wrists. I'm just going to make small circles on the wrist. How's the pressure feeling for you? Sure, I'll go a little deeper. How about that? Okay. I'm going to turn the hand over and work up between each finger, between the bones and the tendons. Just gently stroke the skin surrounding the back of the hand and the thumb. Small circles around the wrist bones there. Carpals, metacarpals, phalanges. We forget how many bones are actually in the hand. Takes a lot of little bits to make our hands move the way they do. It's a work of art, really. Now I'm going to be gently pulling on each finger, just gently squeezing and pulling. I'm not going to pull them enough that your knuckles crack or your fingers crack. I'm going to just pull and pull the thumb a bit. I'm just going to squeeze each joint of each finger. And give each finger another little pull and twist. And I'm going to massage the palm a bit once more. Tends to be the area we hold the most tension. The palm. Smoothing that out. And I'm going to take your hand very gently and I'm going to move it back and forth, okay? I'm going to take your hand in mine. To extend it like that, pull it back, and extend, and pull it back. I'm just going to do a few wrist circles here, clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, let me get a few more drops of oil and a little bit more lotion, and we'll work on the other hand, okay? Mix that up. Okay. You can please give me your left hand. Let's start again with all those very smooth, effortless strokes. Spread the massage medium. Everlash is a wonderful linking move. If you're ever giving someone a massage, everyone appreciates a good Everlash. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme. How the world works. Okay. Now I'm going to begin again with the palm circles. I'm just using both hands and very firmly circling the palm, making sure that we're working out any tension, any knots, while I'm simultaneously massaging the back of the hand. Then I'm going to move on to the wrist here. Circle those carpals. The wrist can get quite tired, especially if you're a keyboardist, or you write quite a bit, or you lift a lot. I'm going to turn that hand over and massage in between each finger, between the metacarpals, back of the thumb here. Okay. And around the wrist bones once more. And onto the fingers, we're going to pull each one very gently, not enough to, oh, well, that was quite an easy pop there. Not enough to force your knuckles to pop. Okay, and I'm going to squeeze each joint in the finger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And pull each finger once more. And then we'll come back to smoothing out the palm and working on the palm here. Make sure that's taken care of quite thoroughly. Okay. And I'm going to grab your hand again. We're going to extend and pull back on it, and extend, and back. Some gentle wrist circles clockwise, and anti-clockwise. There we go. Okay. You mind if I tap on that mask? Make sure that it's dry. It should be by now. does seem to be thoroughly dry. Now, clay masks tend to be a bit of a pain to get off. However, I have a method. I discovered this method because I use clay masks all the time for cystic acne. And the one that I use at home stays on extremely well. So we use a little scrublet and some warm water, and suddenly it comes off a lot faster and a lot more gentle. So we have our bowl of very warm but not hot water. And we have our scrubby. We will be using our water and our scrubby to remove the remnants of the mask. I'm going to dip that, and first we're going to just lightly moisten all parts of the mask. The water helps to rehydrate and makes it much smoother coming off. It's very smooth going on, not so much going off. Okay. And this is where we come in and just smooth that off. There we go. Okay. And again, smoothing off. Just pulling off this clay mask. Apologize if I get any water on you. There we go. There we are. Okay, that side's about clear now. Side. There we go. It's coming off very easy, much easier than most of my clay masks. Okay, and we'll begin working on the other side here. This one's had a little bit more time to reabsorb the water. I think a couple more dunks and we'll be done. from the neck here. There we are. Okay. Just to be extra thorough, I get some more damp cotton pads, and we're going to use them just to go back over and make sure we've removed all traces of the mask. As it is bright blue, and I'm not seeing any more blue, I highly doubt it, but we want to make sure, right? Okay, there you go. We're just going to use a witch hazel toner. I'm going to just press that onto the skin very gently. Okay. Now for the final bit, I'm going to be using a gentle facial moisturizer and a couple drops of rosehip oil and 1 drop of tea tree oil, just to calm any irritation or redness. Put some to my hand there. There. And 1 drop of tea tree oil. I hope you're not going somewhere too special after this. This tea tree oil does have the tendency to smell like a dark, dank cave. And not the good kind of dark dank. I'm talking about damp. It smells damp. But it works incredibly. I'm going to press this onto your face. Going to massage it in. Tea tree oil is one of my favorite things because even though it smells really weird, it works very similarly to like a benzoyl peroxide, a spot treatment, without being very harsh and without making your skin peel. And it's extremely beneficial for sensitive skin because it helps calm the skin. It's a natural astringent. I feel like the poster boy for tea tree oil. Smells gross, but gets her done. That would be the motto. Okay, making sure to get the neck here. Okay. My moisturizer does have just a touch of sunscreen in it. So when you go out into the world with your bright new skin, you're not having any skin sensitivity to the sun right away. But I do want you to limit your time out of doors just for the next 24 hours. We did clear away a lot of dull skin, so your new skin is going to be just a little bit sensitive. Okay. Alright, you're looking good, my dear. I'm just going to reach behind you and take off the hair wrap. And you can just leave the towel on the table. It's no problem. You are more than welcome to just chill here for a little bit if you'd like, or you can just get up and leave if you'd like. It's really up to you. But it was a complete pleasure to work with you today. I had a lovely time, and I hope you did as well. Okay, great. My name is Calliope. If you need any other services, just give me a call. I'd be more than happy to provide for you. Okay. I hope you have a very good night, sweetheart. And I hope you have a whale of a day. Mustn't forget to blow out the candle. Okay. Bye now, sweetie.